All right, everybody. Welcome to the 2020. Well, it's 2023, but this is about the games I beat in 2022. It's that unscripted thing I'm trying to do every year. As long as I am still alive, I will do one of these, and I'll talk about the games I played. And these lists just keep getting longer and longer. So, let's get right into this shit. All right. The 2022 complete log. I beat 43 games this year as opposed to 35 in 2021 and 19 in 2020. So, I'm rising up the ranks. 2023, I've already beaten 3 games. So, I might even look to surpass the other one. So, we'll see what happens. So, let's start with the Mario 3 GBA e-reader levels. So, these were the first thing I beat in 2022. And it was the Wii U port of Mario 3 for the GBA, which so is Mario Advance. It's like Super Mario Advance 4, Mario 3. It was stupid. It was convoluted. But I remember like watching this video where someone was like, "Oh, dude, the e-reader levels are gonna be like fucking gone." And these e-reader levels, they're fucking crazy. I mean, like you got like shit from Mario 2. You got like the charging chucks from Mario World and like the cape from Mario World. It feels like if Mario Maker had balls and was just like, yeah, we're just gonna mix and match everything from every game, no matter how jarring it is. And like, God, they were so fun. That final level where you're zipping through and you only have like 60 seconds to beat it. These felt like Mario Maker levels made by like troll, like, you better beat these motherfucking levels, bitch. Levels. Except they were made by the official like guys who made the Mario levels. I don't know who the guys who made the Mario levels are. But, like, it's just so weird to see these levels that are, like, clearly made by, like, official, like, okay, we need to make sure these levels follow the fundamental structures of what makes a Mario level, and then just being like, let's make some fucking, like, silly, stupid levels that just don't feel like them. But, like, they're just so weird and out there. And I'm gonna eat some ice cream real quick, so. Brickleberry ice cream, or whatever the fuck it's called. It's not Brickleberry. That's that shitty show. Anyway. I've got a couple of beers in me, so that's why I'm a little loopy, but hopefully it keeps the autism down. If you know what I'm saying. It's not a bad thing. I just do have autism. Yeah, but the GBA e-reader levels went fucking hard. They're awesome. If you haven't played them, fucking play them. All right, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Second game I beat this year or last year, and I did not beat Phantom Pain. I haven't even started Phantom Pain. I just said, well, it's time to play some Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. And that was just the first Metal Gear Solid. I have the first 3 sitting right there on my shelf. I can play them whenever I want. I have 5 on Steam, like Phantom Pain. I also have the Raiden one, Metal Gear Rising. I have that one too. I could pop in any of them and play them, but just at the beginning of 2022, I said I'm going to play Ground Zeroes, and then I played Ground Zeroes, and I had a good time with it. It's a fun game. It's not like a masterpiece or anything. It's definitely like a tech demo, or more accurately, it's the first level of what is an actual game in Phantom Pain. But Ground Zeroes, as just like a game, is fun as hell. There's like 20 achievements you can like go for. It just feels like a very good like go out and do some shit game, and like, you know, it was fun. I had a good time. It's like a really well crafted mission. And I felt like on my toes the entire time, even though it's like the tutorial level. Like, they don't like you can't just sit there. They'll just keep summoning an endless amount of guards. You actually have to do stealth in this stealth game. It's not stealth optional. It's stealth. It's MGS. It's Metal Gear Solid, baby. It's stealth. And as we'll see later. See, I only played Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes this year, but as we'll see, I did play something Metal Gear Solid related later. So you'll know when it comes up. Number 3 was Trace Bashers, or Trace Bashers, or something. It was this little indie game that my buddy turned me on to, and I gotta say, it's fucking awesome. It's this like little like GB Game Boy inspired game that is just on Steam. You can play it now. It's really cheap, and it's just like a fun little romp. It took me like a day and a half to beat, and you know what? Shout out to the dev, Ondi, because I got stuck trying to find the last weapon. I couldn't quite find it, and I just literally was like, fuck it. And I didn't bother looking up like a walkthrough. I just went to the devs page themselves on Twitter and just asked the dev, hey, where's the whip at? And they were just like, oh, it's right here, and they just showed me where it is. So you know what? That is cool shit ever. That is how you know, all right? Indie devs are where it's at, bro. I should have played more indie games this year. I played like 2 other indie games this year, and one of them sucked dick. So it really shows where I'm at. But we'll get to that when we get to that, because Trey Bashers was a amazing. Well, I guess the next game I played was indie games, but whatever. Trey Bashers was a fucking amazing game. It's such a simple little like run around bash monsters game, and each monster has like a unique way of dealing with them, and the final boss is really easy. In fact, that's the one thing, is the final boss in Trey Bashers is like easy, but like the optional 3 side boss thing, it's like is also not that hard, but then these like 3 random enemies are like really freaking hard. They're so fucking hard. They're so freaking hard to deal with, these like 3 dogs. And they're just like a completely optional fight. And they're just like way harder than anything else in the fucking game. I struggled so much to beat those guys. And then, the final boss was fine. I mean, it's okay if the final boss is like weaker than the secret boss, because it's kind of the point. But even the secret boss was weaker than these 3 random dogs. But maybe I just sucked at fighting those dogs. They were just really hard to fucking deal with. And then number 4. But yeah, so definitely play Trey Bashers. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, definitely. Number 4, Sucker for Love Prelude. So I'm just gonna lump 4 and 5 together. I did Sucker for Love Prelude and Sucker for Love First Date. I played them both. They're the Eldritch dating sim game. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna come out right now and say it. I am a horribly horny motherfucker, and one of the things I love is some Eldritch girls. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I played this shit because I was a little horny. I didn't just do it for the joke. I did it because I wanted to see I just wanted to smooch some Eldritch girls. And you know what? I get to do that. I got to do it in the most satisfying way possible. Sucker for Love Prelude was definitely just like, I should have just, I remember watching it. Like someone do an entire playthrough for it like a year ago. And I still think it still costs money. And I still bought it. I still played through the whole thing. I guess I'm a sucker for love. What can I say? But the first date, I hadn't seen anything about it, and it is amazing. It's really good. It's like the Prelude is just the Eldritch. It's the Cthulhu girl, and then the King, the King of Gold, the King of Crowns, the King of Queens. Who knows? It's something. That's the other girl you date. She keeps referring to herself as the king, which is kind of interesting. And then the third girl, I should just say this right now. Don't fucking if you're looking for like recommendations, don't, because spoilers. I'm just going to spoil these games because it's just me chatting about them. Like, I'll list, like, in the description, I'll try to list like all the games or some shit. But like, yeah, if you're going in here not knowing how these games play out, terrible decision. Like, because I'm just going to spoil them willy-nilly. I'm not even going to give you a warning. I'm just going to do it. So I guess here's your warning. Last warning. I did just spoil Trey Bashers. I guess, if you care. I just said that one boss was harder than the others. But yeah, Sucker for Love, First Date, hard. Goes hard. Because it is the only dating sim I know where there's a fucking boss fight in it. And, like, it's cool as hell. Like, don't get me wrong. The boss fight is, like, kind of repetitive and, like, it's a little frustrating because I couldn't quite figure out some certain parts to it, and you only get like 3 times to fuck up before it's over. But I gotta admit, like, it was a really cool novelty. Like, I remember getting to that part, I was like, oh shit's going down. And it's like this MILF cat girl you gotta deal with, who's like you're fucking dating my daughters and ruining lives and shit. Like, fuck you. I'm gonna kill you, and then you invade her dreams. It's fucking nuts, man. It's crazy. You fucking live in her head rent-free by the end of the fucking game. What a way, bro. You teach that fucking MILF what's what, alright? with like one eye and shit. Her name's like Niana Thlept or some shit, however you say it. I don't know. I don't really care about Lovecraft because there's only one word that he knows, and it's the N-word. And so, I'm not exactly going to encourage that behavior. So I'm just gonna call them what they are. Which was, again, I played this all the way back at the very beginning of 2020, so I've already forgotten their name. But like, yeah, it was like the King's Court or some shit, and then there was the Cthulhu girl, and then there was the cat girl, which is the ultimate eldritch monstrosity, is the cat girl, obviously. But yeah, fucking Sucker for Love. Great game. Also, I loved the second part, how there's like fucking a bunch of endings, and you get to choose, and you get to date two girls at the same time, and they can find out about each other and end the world. It's good shit. It's cool shit. And you like fuck up your body too. You like fuck up your body just to get just to achieve perfection for these eldritch girls, just because you're fucking horny and you want to smooch them. It's the most relatable shit in the world. And so I give this game a good score. I'm not telling you what it is. Next up, I played Castlevania Dracula X. Now, my dumbass bought this game on the Wii U because I was fucking paranoid. Because like, oh shit, the Wii U game store is gonna go down. There's all these Wii U games I want to play. I like the convenience of the Wii U because I can play a lot of the games without having to actually have like a TV. I can just kind of play it in handheld, and I like the feel of the gamepad. The Wii U. This is a hot take probably, but I like the feeling of the Wii U gamepad more than the Switch. I just think the Wii U gamepad it just feels better in my hands. I guess it's like bulkier, but like I don't give a fuck. The Steam Deck is bulky too, but everyone likes that. I think, and so I was like, I'm gonna get a bunch of games for this so I can like play them after the store goes down. And I just didn't know that Rondo of Blood, or I guess it's Rondo of Blood, or there's like there's a version of Dracula X for like the PSX or some shit that's just like way fucking better. And I feel so like stupid for not knowing this because I bought it and then I like hopped in a Discord call. I was like, yeah, I'm playing Castlevania Dracula X, and the dude in the Discord call, who's this like fucking Symphony of the Night speedrunner, he was like, dude, why are you playing that one? And I was like, well, because it's a Richter game. I want to play Castlevania. He was like, why aren't you playing like the better version of it with like proper cutscenes and more levels and shit? I was like, well, I don't know. And at that point, I was already like halfway done with the game, and I was like, no, well, I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. So I just beat the game. And it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's hard as fuck. Now I'm a Super Castlevania 4 head. I didn't even think about the joke. Yeah, no, I'm a Super Castlevania 4 stan. I think that's the best Castlevania game, straight up. And so, now granted, I haven't played Symphony of the Night, so in my opinion, but I don't also like random RPG mechanics in games, so I'm a sucker for Metroidvanias, but don't get me wrong. Like I think Castlevania 4, Super Castlevania 4 is just like the peak of like the early Castlevanias. And so Dracula X is close to it, but you can't aim in certain directions. It's definitely a lot harder. Castlevania 4 is not the hardest one, which is probably why I like it a lot, but Dracula X was definitely a wee bit harder than your mama's Super Castlevania 4. But it was still a great game. I still love it. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty simple Castlevania game, but there are moments where you're just like, fuck. There's this one bit where you're walking down the halls, and it's just like, you gotta walk up these fucking stairs. It's always these fucking stairs in these goddamn Castlevania games where they're always making you walk up and down the fucking stairs, and you can't fucking move, and you gotta deal with all these motherfucking enemies. And there's one part where you have to walk down, and then walk up, and then walk down, and then walk up, and you gotta go all the way around the fucking place. And you gotta deal with these guys that are like ninjas, and like they have like fucking 5 different attack patterns. It was like fucking a Dark Souls boss in 2D, except it's not Dark Souls because I can't just compare it to Dark Souls. You know how it is. But yeah, it was a good game overall. I liked it. It was fun. I wish I played the real version, but I didn't. Also, the Dracula boss fight in this game is fucking bullshit. You get hit once by him and you just die, because like every time you fucking fight him, you're fighting him on like little tiny platforms, and so like you get this huge fucking like health pool and shit to deal with him. It doesn't matter, because if you're not like fucking in the fucking front of the platform, he can spawn anywhere. Or like the front of the fucking platform, he can just kill you instantly. Really freaking hard final boss. They knew this game was short as shit, so they were like, let's fucking make this the hardest fucking Castlevania game. It's probably not the hardest Castlevania game. I think the first one's probably still harder. Granted, I never beat that one because I gave up because it was too hard. But I did beat Dracula X, so I can say that. And I only used like the the Wii U gamepad's like continue option shit when I was like, fuck, I don't want to go back to the beginning because I've already like gone far enough. I didn't use it to like save scum or anything. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. Excuse you, ma'am. But yeah, Dracula X. It's a fun game. I liked it. I liked it. Number 7, Spooky's House of Jumpscares. So I bought this game. Like, I must have bought this game back when it first came out. And I just never played it. First of all, I don't know why I bought it, considering I bought it when I only had a Mac. And it's only on PC. Maybe I got it for free. I don't even know. But the fact is, I have it. And I was just sitting there like, oh, this game's like 4 hours. It's like, this game can be beaten. Like, this game can be beaten. It's not like a hard game. And so I just beat it I beat it overnight. And I had a good time with it. Granted, it shows its age really hard. Like, it's not a super scary game. But if you're trying to build up an immunity to jump scares, this is a good, like, starting game. I feel like because it just tells you, like, yeah, there's going to be jump scares. Just like right at the gate, you know there's going to be jump scares. But you got to see the end. You got to get to floor 1000. So you can, like, die and lose this weird guy. But it feels satisfying to get to that 1000th floor. And there's a lot of tedium. There's a lot of bullshit to get to there. But also, you know, Spooky's so cute. You want to, like, be like, hey, what's up? And then, hey. And she goes like, hey. And she does troll shit, like give you infinite run. And then you just can't run for, like, 15 floors. And these fucking enemies can phase through fucking walls and hurt you like little bitches. Yeah, it was a fun game. I think this is probably on the lower end of this year, though. Like, I mean, I did play some truly bad. I did play like a couple bad games that would definitely rank lower than Spooky's. But like, this is probably the lowest of the good games. I feel like, because it is a good game, but like it definitely. I think I was more scared of it than I should have been. Like, it's really like I gave it too much credit. I'm not gonna lie. I went in and there was the part at the end, and I was thinking, okay, this is like floor 900. They're gonna throw some crazy shit at me, and I was like, okay, so there's this like this really creepy fucking place where there's like water and shit, and I couldn't figure out where to go, and then I saw there was this like woman sitting on the shit, and I was like, I'm not dealing with that woman. I'm not dealing with that bitch. But you have to interact with her. You have to, or you can't like open the door. But I was too fucking scared to deal with this woman because I didn't know what the fuck she was going to do. And then she just kind of only moves when you're in the water, and that was it. Now I guess I was just expecting more because it was the 900th floor, but I really shouldn't have. But yeah, Spooky's House Jumpscares. It's all right. Also, there's a really weird, it's not a bug, but it's definitely like something that really creepy that I couldn't quite figure out what the hell it was. It's in like the little thing listing all the monsters, and there's one that like is like a glitched entry, and when you click it, it clearly like starts fucking with your game a little bit. And I didn't want to like deal with it because I didn't want to die, because I beat the entire game without dying once, which I was really proud of. But like, no, that's not true, because I died to the fucking guy because I didn't know what to do. I died to the fucking house guy who, like, was, like, tracking you around the house and shit, because I didn't know where to hide from him. I'm not gonna lie. I died to him a couple times, and that sent me back a little bit. But, yeah, after that, I was chill. Other than that, didn't die, so I was very happy about that. And that was, like, floor 700, so I was doing really good. Anyway, next up, Abandoned 64. This game was cool as hell. This was a free game. You can just play it right now. It's free as fuck. It's like a fucking 1 hour. It's a 1 hour playthrough. It was chill. It was so fun. The premise is that you have this game that's unfinished, and it's like a Ocarina of Time situation where it's sort of like an adventure game, and you got a thing. But because the game is unfinished, there are several bits of the game that you just can't progress in. So you have to actively glitch out the game using glitches left in the game to progress. And some of these glitches, I mean, eventually as the game goes on, they run out of like new things to throw at you. But a lot of these glitches are really clever, and it makes for this really fascinating form of puzzle solving where you almost have to think about it like how the guys doing the ABC speedrunning challenge for like Mario 64 when they're trying to beat the game without fucking pushing A presses. It's like this like microcosm of that very existence, you know. And you get to feel that you really get to feel like Pan and Coec 2012 playing Abandoned 64. And it's cool. It's a cool feeling. I haven't really felt like it any other way. Where there's this moment where it just like clicks and you're like, oh. Now, granted, I will admit, I wish they didn't spell it out for you. That's the problem. They kind of spell out like a lot of what you have to do instead of just letting you figure it out. And since the game is so short, I would have appreciated it more if like, oh, they here you just got to do this, that, and the other thing. Instead, they were just like, how do you get there? Maybe you got to like dick around a little bit, and then maybe like ease the player in instead of leaving a bunch of developer notes, which was admittedly a very cool way of doing it. So I'll give credit where credit's due. Leaving a bunch of developer notes that you have to actually like search for by going into debug mode was cool. And you can't be in debug mode forever, or else the game starts sputtering, and that's also an intentional design, which I also appreciate. But like, I feel like you could have also just led the player on into subtly figuring things out for themselves, because that's how the process works. But also, I'm talking way too much shit for a game that's free. They didn't have to make this game free. They could make my ass charge 99 cents for this game, and I would have gladly paid that 99 cents for it. But it's free. Anyone can fucking play it. Fucking play it. Number 9, Dead by Daylight. So this is a game I didn't beat because you can't really beat it. You just kind of keep playing it. And this one's probably, I don't want to say it's on the lower of the list because, like, it's got my man's Ash Williams in it, alright? It's got my man's Ash Williams in it. And you know who I love? I fucking love me some motherfucking Evil Dead. I love me some The Evil Dead. I love me some Evil Dead 2. I love me some Army of Darkness. I didn't watch the Evil Dead 2009 movie. I love me some Ash vs. Evil Dead. And I don't know if I'm going to watch the new one. Who knows? I love me some Multiverse Madness. Let's end there, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. But yeah, I love me some fucking Evil Dead. And fucking Ash Williams is in this. And Bruce Campbell is just honestly giving a really shitty performance. But it's so funny. I love his, like, shitty moans and anguish as he hangs from a fucking hook. But yeah, anyway, I should talk about the actual game instead of just gushing over Evil Dead. But Dead by Daylight, God, it's such like a mid game. I played it a lot because it was a bunch of my friends were getting into it, and I mean I have fun playing with friends. Don't get me wrong, but like, God, this game does not have a lot of longevity. After playing it for like 30 hours, I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with this game, and I'm gonna pick it up eventually again because obviously my friends still have interest in playing it again. I like them, so I'm gonna play it with them because I'll have more fun doing that. But like, I don't think I could just hop on with a bunch of randos and have a good time. This game, and I'm gonna say this right now, I don't like playing as the killer. I'm not good as the killer, and I guess I'm not good as the survivor either because I always feel like whenever I play one or the other guys have more of an advantage. But I prefer playing as a survivor just because I just like the thrill more, I guess. I think the thrill is more interesting than just like this like random hunt that then like they're dicks to me or whatever. But like the killers feel so fucking OP. But whatever. Maybe I'm just bad or whatever. But like, I just and then they kept buffing them without really buffing the survivors, which was interesting. But anyway, regardless, the game's fine. I just wish it had like more. It's been out since like 2016 or some shit. And it doesn't feel like it's got a lot of content in it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, Dead by Daylight, it's a fun game. I liked it, I guess. I wish it had more than just generators. There should be just more. I feel like it was like, okay, that was a fun game mode. What else? Nope, that's it. Just fix the goddamn generators and open the thing and then leave. And I feel like there should be more to this, right? Like, it's like how Fortnite... No, I'll save that for 2023, all right? Because I played Fortnite this year. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself there. Okay, number 10, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. So I guess I already beaten the original Combat Evolved way back in like 2009, because it's one of my dad's favorite games of all time. So of course his ass had it. His ass had the fucking Mac port of fucking Halo with like shitty textures that didn't work on my relatively newer Mac at the time. But Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, I got the Master Chief Collection on my new PC. I played that shit with my friend Kaze. And we played Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, and Halo 3 ODST. We didn't even play Halo 3. We just played ODST, and then we just kind of stopped. But we'll get to there when we get there. But Halo Combat Evolved. Oh, it's almost as good as I remember. Now, granted, I was also really fucking high playing it, so I noticed some things that are, like, weird. like how much open fucking space there is in a lot of these maps. Like you can just walk around and like there's not shit to do. It's just a nature walk. Like it's like I'm playing fucking Firewatch or some shit, but it's also Halo, and I kind of fuck with that a little bit. There's all these little places where they just don't serve a purpose, but at the same time, it just like sells the idea that this is just a world, you know? Like, this is just like a place you just happen to land on, and it's just full of like a bunch of crap, you know? Like it's just like, oh yeah, it's just like fucking a cliff, and yeah, it's a bunch of like whatever scenery. I didn't play with the anniversary graphics because they fuck up the flood levels like a lot, and I love those flood levels. The first flood level, the 343 Guilty Spark level, is one of the best Halo levels, just period. Yeah, sure, it's a little labyrinthian, you get lost in it a little bit, but the initial like tension building up to it, and then it's like, all this shit, it's so perfect. It's flawless. I love it so very, very much. But yeah, Halo Combat Evolved, still a masterpiece. I went back and got no, actually I didn't get the skulls, but I did do that one thing where you go, you throw in the 343 Guilty Spark level, you throw the grenade, and then you go out into this area you're not supposed to be, and you see this Marine who's just kind of chilling out there, and he's just like loaded in, I guess. So that was interesting. So I did that. I got a really creepy screenshot of it. I might show it. I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, Halo Combat Evolved. Halo 2, baby. That's right, Halo 2, baby. Now remember, I had not played Halo 2. So imagine you're me. You played Halo Combat Evolved like fucking like 10 years ago, and you'd never played any other Halo game, and now you boot up Halo 2. And the first level, it's like sex on a stick. All right, you're running around. You can dual wield. All right, it's like this fucking epic ass cutscene, and the anniversary graphics. Oh my god, the anniversary graphics make it look so fucking good. And also, by first level, I mean the first level where you can play with two people, not like the fucking introductory level where you're just like calibrating your shit. Like, who cares? All right, and like that's the thing. The longer Halo 2 goes on, the more I was like, okay, this is kind of getting worse and worse progressively, but not in like a bad way. Okay, in a bad way, because that's what worse means. But like, it wasn't that bad. It was just like. And it culminated in the final level, which admittedly had like a really bad glitch where me and Kaze just couldn't finish the game together because, well, 343 Industries notoriously sucks my cock, sucks dick, and can't get anything done, despite being like owned by fucking Microsoft and shit. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, but oh well. What are you gonna do? But Halo 2 Anniversary. First of all, rip La Pistola. The Halo Combat Evolved pistol is just built different. There's not a gun in the universe that's quite as satisfying as the Halo Combat Evolved pistol. Even though it is so just like good at everything, you feel like the fucking underdog using it. And Halo 2 is just like, no, it's just a pistol, alright? No, it's just a pistol. And Halo Combat Evolved just feels so balanced. And Halo 2 is just like, because it was rushed, and so I don't blame the fact that it feels this way, but like, it doesn't feel as balanced as Combat Evolved. But Halo 2, when we went out to get the fucking skulls, and let me tell you, that fucking I would have been your daddy skull is such a pain in the dick to get. We had to watch like 1,000 tutorials just to figure out how to get that fucking thing. I ended up getting it. Kaze didn't, because he gave up. Because I don't blame him for giving up, because that was such a bullshit ass skull. But every other skull was really fun to get, especially on Legendary. You felt that shit. And the fact that you could turn a bunch of skull mods and dick around felt fucking awesome. It was like all these little hiding spots and fucking find these weird skulls. I'd never done this, but I remember I was at like my cousin's house back in when Halo 2 first came out, and I was like a baby. All right, I must have been like fucking 5 years old or some shit, and I was watching them play Halo 2, trying to get a skull on like early YouTube and shit. And then I watched, and then early YouTube recommended me a video that scared the fucking bejesus out of me. It was like ghosts in real life sighting, and it was like a ghost in a graveyard or some shit, and that spooked the living shit out of me because I genuinely believed that YouTube had caught ghosts on tape. So yeah, I have some memories of Halo 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Halo 2, it's a good ass game, baby. Certified hood classic. It's not as good as Combat Evolved, which is one of my favorite games of all time, so that, that might tell you something. But yeah, no, Halo 2, certified classic. Number 12, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the Forgotten Halo sequel. This game is the best Kirby game. I'm just gonna say it's the best Kirby game. Now, granted, I've only played like 5 other Kirby games? Question mark. Because I played Kirby's Adventure, and I played the First Dreamland. Then I played Epic Yarn. Then I played Robobot. And what was the other one? I did play Star Allies. I finished it. I played it with the boys. As in, we beat the final boss rush together. So I've played the best Star Allies has to offer. I saw the ending, and it was fine. But this is the best one. This is the best Kirby game, just dead ass. And it's the first 3D one, bro. What are they doing out there? What are they doing out there, bro? It's the best one. It's just the best one. Let's be real. I love this game. This game is so good. And I literally am the meme of like, because my girlfriend, she was playing fucking Elden Ring this year and fucking whooping ass, and she beat the game. And like, she's the like Elden Ring GF fucking pegging the fucking Kirby and the Forgotten Land player, alright? Because that's what I am. I did not play fucking Elden Ring. I was too busy playing Kirby and the motherfucking Forgotten Land, which is the actual game of the year. But that's not true, because the actual game of the year is later down the list. And we'll get to that when we get to there. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land, such a goated fucking game. I love everything about it. I love the level design. I love the little secret challenges you can do. I love the extra little details you can do. I love the secret ending. I love Here We Are. I love fucking... God, man, this is just peak Kirby. I love that you ram into the final boss with a fucking regular ass truck. Like, just a truck. Not like a super special truck. It feels so simple. But it's real. Also, playing this with 2 people makes the game so much better. You have to play this with 2 people. Even though Bandana Waddle is objectively less fun to play than Kirby, because Kirby has all these cool moves and Bandana has the exact same move pool throughout the entire game, and his shit feels a little weak. But he does have some cheese tactics. He's got the Sonic 2 syndrome of being the invincible player too. Like, Kirby can't, in certain levels, Kirby can't take damage, so you can cheese those levels by having Waddle Dee who can take damage, right? Like, whatever, no big deal. And he can just fucking throw himself at the boss over and over again, and then Kirby keeps dodging, and then the world is saved. Back to the lab again. Love this game. Kirby the Forgotten Land, such a good fucking game. I love it so very much. It's so dear to my heart. I don't even care that there's a sex cat in it. I'm not even going to mention the sex cat. It's just kind of weird. But that happened. They also reuse bosses a lot, but whatever, that's fine. But that's my only gripe, is they reuse bosses a bunch. Whereas Kirby games are known for having like some pretty crazy bosses. Don't get me wrong, the bosses go hard in this, but they reuse them a lot, except for the King Dedede one, which they only use like one other time. And that's like the best boss fight. So I would have been happy seeing that one some more, but no, we got to keep fighting the same. You gotta keep fighting the sex cat over and over again. Oh well, whatever, no big deal. They keep making it interesting. But yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. For the first 3D entry in a series that's been around since the fucking 90s, fucking superb. They nailed that shit. Anyway. Also, it's got a slide. It's got a slide into a jump, that's how you know it's got a good game. If you have a slide dash that you can jump out of and then chain them together again and again and again, you have a good game. Just dead ass. That's just that instant, I like your game instantly. Anyway. Halo 3 ODST, the final Halo game. This is supposed to be a year of Halo, and we only beat 3 games. 2.5 if ODST. Because Halo 3 ODST is a full game. And it's a fun game. And because the Halo Combat Evolved Pistola is back, baby, this shit feels good again. But also, there's so many good weapons in ODST, so I don't even care. And you're also not Master Chief. You feel like a fucking person. You have like one unique attribute instead of, like, you have like the one, like, scan visor thingy. Fucking Metroid, instead of the thing that Master Chief can do, which is the flashlight, I guess. But anyway, that's it was a good game. It was a good game. I don't know, it's a good game. How would I rank it? I think I might like it more than Halo 2 a little bit. I kind of don't like the narrative it tells. Not because it's bad or anything. I was just like, it was confusing, and like trying to play 3 people Trying to like play multiplayer with it kind of didn't work, but it was fun. I played with 3 people, and also just like, yeah, you like running around and shit and figuring things out and shit. Which is cool, and they do a decent amount. And also, wait, I almost forgot. The guy who fucking, the little creature, the creature you save, who's this like engineered, this tech genius thing, this weird like floating jellyfish guy, my beloved, escalates the game immediately as soon as you find him. He's such a creature. He's so adorable. He fucking hood lights up fucking Colonel Dude's cigar, alright? Dude is hood as fuck, alright? He's so real for that. Alright? Anyway, yeah. The little technician guy, I'll flash his image up so you know. Hood as fuck, alright? He escalates the game above Halo 2, for real. Number 14, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. I was a little disappointed by this game. I was really fucking hyped for this game. I don't know why. I'm a Lego Star Wars fan. I've been Lego fan at heart. I have so many fucking Legos. I have 100% it, as in I've done everything there is to fucking do in like 6 Lego games. In like 6 Lego games, I've 100% of them. Now, granted, I did them as a kid when I had like endless amount of time on my hand. Now I barely have time to make this video, but like back then, I would sink so many fucking hours into these fucking Lego games, and now I'm playing the Skywalker Saga and I beat it. I didn't like 100%. I didn't get every single brick, but I beat every episode. I got every mini kit, and then I said, that's about it. I feel good about that. And then I put the game down and touched it since. And it's a shame because I love so many things about this game. Initially, I was really excited to bring Mumble Mode, that they were bringing Mumble Mode back. My ass barely used it because the voice acting in this game is really fun. There's little nods to a bunch of things. I'm also a big Star Wars fan, so that probably helps. But like the fact they got all the Clone Wars voice actors to reprise their roles was fucking cool. Hearing like iconic lines from like the fucking prequels to actually good actors. I don't want to do my boy Hayden Christensen like that, but okay, Matt Lancer is like a good actor. Bro is putting his whole pussy into it. You know what I'm saying? He actually knows how to deliver these lines and make them sound fucking good. And same with I forget his name. I just know him as the Johnny Test voice actor because he voices Johnny Test and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he does a really good job like balancing young Obi-Wan and like older Obi-Wan, because I think he's doing all of them. He's doing every single voice, which is pretty cool. But yeah, one big problem I had with this game is that like I played it prequels first, which is interesting because the prequels probably have the worst levels, just of them all. I think the original trilogy has the most love. You can just tell the levels are really well designed in the original trilogy. Levels, like, they have like a bunch of branching paths and a bunch of character and a bunch of like shit to do, and there's all these little like, the levels just feel so open and like real. And then you play the ones in fucking the prequels, and they're just like, walk from there to here, walk from here to there, do a vehicle level, walk from here to there, do a vehicle level. And it's indicative of the fact that that is what the prequels are. Like, I'm just going to be real. They captured the frustration of the prequels pretty well. But at the same time, Lego Star Wars 1, the very first one, which was the prequel, the very first Lego game ever. Well, I guess not the first Lego game, but the first one that follows this general format, was the prequels, and that's still one of my favorites. Yeah, it's not groundbreaking or anything, as in every other game afterwards is probably better, but like there's so many like so many gaming moments that have stuck with me since that day, and I think about them a lot. And this kind of isn't that. It's nothing compared to this. What Skywalker Saga is offering. Like when you're playing fucking the final level in episode 3, and it's you playing as Obi-Wan and Anakin, and you're trying to survive this big death gauntlet, and there's these really tricky platforming sections, and it feels like a proper final level. And none of the final levels in the Skywalker Saga feel like proper final levels, except for the original trilogy level, which does actually feel like a proper final level because it's against fucking Palpatine. And it's like Luke and Vader working together. Now this is an easy level because it's a fucking Lego Star Wars game. It's gonna be fucking easy as shit. Lego games are traditionally really easy. You know, you don't even fucking die in them. But like, I don't know. There is so much. Maybe I'm just like I'm an old fucking man now or whatever. But like, I don't know. The old Lego Star Wars games had some sauce to them. They really felt like they fucking meant something. Which I can't honestly say about Skywalker Saga. Skywalker Saga just is missing a lot of. It's just missing a lot of sauce. All the boss fights feel kind of samey, which is kind of sucks because like the boss fights were already really simple in like the OG games, and now they're just like really simple. But as a like, there's a couple levels that are really cool. The pod racing level is just better. The Skywalker Saga pod racing level is like, I was like, what the fuck? This is kicks ass, and there's never a level as good as that one. And also, I played this game. I'm just gonna say this. I played Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga without turning on like auto aim, because I was like, I'm gonna make the game a little hard because I'm an adult. I can actually play games for a challenge. And it turns out you need auto aim to beat a level. There are just 2 levels. There's one level that I fucking suffered through, which was the first prequel level where you fight Zam Wessel and she's escaping on her little fucking shitty thing, and shooting her down takes a fucking eternity because your blaster shots go so slow and she's like a million miles away, and the auto aim helps with that. The auto aim makes it so easy to deal with this shit. And the other one is episode 6, the speeder bike level. It's impossible. The speeder bike level is impossible because your shots without auto aim arc slightly downwards and they just can't hit this one trooper. And so I just kept going through the level, and the trooper couldn't kill me because I guess he sucked at shooting. Well, you know, he's a stormtrooper. He sucks. Scout troopers suck dick. All right, you know, the scout troopers look like a fucking joke. And so he was shooting at me. He couldn't hit me. I was shooting at him. I couldn't hit him. And so the level kept going. And then it kept going, and then it kept going, and then it started unloading because I had been playing it for so long that it like, I guess it had a memory overload, and it just dropped me into the void. And then I had to restart. I had to hard restart the level because I couldn't even bring up the escape menu because it wouldn't open up for me. I had to hard restart my whole fucking game. And I was like, wow, they did not playtest that. But also, I know they didn't playtest it because the game was rushed. And it's a shame the game had to be rushed because I love all the little details they put into it. There's like this random bit where they'll randomly go, like some of these missions, most of the missions in like the post game and like outside of the main levels, some of them are pretty lame. It's like fetch quest shit, but some of them are just really clever. Like some of them are just like, wow, that was really funny. I'm glad that was like a whole bit. And there was the one where you fight all the Snokes. There's all these like shitty clones of Snoke, and one of them's like a fucking clown, and one of them's like fucking magician Snoke. That was great. That was actually like real. That was great, and they all have like unique boss fights and shit. It was legitimately really fun. I had like great. That was great. The fucking Exodor or some shit. The fucking place where Palpatine lives. That was a fucking cool ass location to visit. That's the thing. The places to visit in Star Wars. This probably might be the most ambitious like Star Wars game, just because you can visit all the fucking planets except for Kijimi. You can't visit Kijimi. I know it gets blown up, but you just can't visit. Fuck you if you want to go to Kijimi. You can play one level there. You can't visit it otherwise. And that's fine. I didn't want to go to fucking Kijimi. Kijimi was like, I forgot it even existed. I was playing through the Rise of Skywalker level. I was like, the fuck is this place? Oh, that's right. They go here. Fucking reveal that fucking Poe Dameron is a fucking bounty hunter or some shit. He was a smuggler or some shit before he was an honorable pilot for the military or whatever. Like that fucking matters. But yeah. Game overall was fun. The DLC sucks though, because none of the characters have voice lines, and that's like half the reason why I actually like. I end up really liking the voice lines, so whatever. Number 15, Mario Party Superstars. So I played this a couple times. I played on every map, and I won once, so that counts as me beating the game. And wow, this game was fun. I love that shit. I love this shit. It's way better than fucking Super Mario Party, which I mean, fucking obviously, but like. 5 maps just makes the difference. Like I know it's still a low amount of maps, but the fact that it's like classic maps, these are like good. These are like the old school maps that were like fuck you for playing this map. Like, fuck you. You suck. I hate you. I hate you with every fucking... Give me $200. You do not pass go. You do not collect 200. Fuck you. It's the best Mario Party games. Those are the best Mario Party maps. When they're just like, fuck you. I hate you for even fucking picking this fucking map. Fuck you. This is the best maps. And every single one is like that. Every single one is like, fuck you for picking this map. You suck. I hate you. Yeah. Fuck you. You go down the fucking Bowser path if you're just unlucky. If you just roll poorly. Fuck you. You're going down the Bowser path. Die. This path sucks. And this is like the Peach Cake one, which is like the easiest one. Alright, they fucking hate you. These maps fucking hate you. I love it so much. But yeah, it was fun, and I beat. And then my boy Kite, fucking playing Mario Party Superstars with the fucking fight stick. Shout out to him. Game was fun. I got the give. I landed on the Bowser tile, and then I managed to land on the Bowser gives me 100 stars thing, and he fucked off. That was fun. That was great. Number 16, Uno. And I played this game physically in real life with all my friends, and I fucking hate it. I fucking hate Uno so much. I hate Uno so goddamn much. It's like the worst game. Like people, I remember my dad. He was like, I hate Sorry. Like the game where that's all luck. And I was like, I don't get it, Dad. It's just a fun little game. And he's like, yeah, because you win. And now that I've played Uno and I lose, I get it. I get it now. I have become my father. I understand what he means when he says sorry sucks. Because it's true. Uno is just a bunch of luck. And people keep making... And the fucking worst part is we have these blank cards. And no one wants to write on the fucking cards for rules. So we have to make up rules every single time we place the card down. And everyone wants to fuck each other over because that's what you do when you have a card that's makes you omniscient and shit. You place the card down, you're like, everyone get back in the fucking game. You can bring people back in the game after they've won. This fucking blank card is so fucking broken. And we had to nerf it. We had to agree. And after a certain amount of time, you can't bring people back into the game because we kept fucking busting. And you can't use it to just win. You can't use it to win either. That was the other rule. Because people would just do that. It was so obnoxious. Like, it was funny the first couple times, but whatever, you know. Anyway. So anyway, yeah. Uno, game fucking sucks. Suck my dick, Uno. I hate your ass. I'm gonna still play you. I'm still playing you. I played your ass fucking 2 days ago. It sucked. I had a great time. Number 17, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. This might be my game of the year. This actually is probably my game of the year. I have like a joke game of the year, and then Kirby the fucking Land is a close contender. But Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is probably my game of the year. I love this game so very, very much. And the first Stanley Parable, I mean, it was a good game. I remember being like, "Wow, that was really funny." That was funny. I love the way they tickle my me. They're like, "Hee, you went here and now you listen to the funny British guy say something." And then I had a good time. And then Ultra Deluxe comes in and fucking floors me. I'm legitimately taken away. I'm taken aback by it. It, like, if the first Stanley Parable was like kind of subversive and like meta, this is like a whole other level. The ending, the button. That's all I really need to say. The button that skips time was like haunting when I got to it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit, man? This shit's haunting, man. What the fuck? And I was like losing my goddamn mind playing this game. I was like, what the fuck? This is insane. And so that was fun. Great game. Play Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe now. The problem is that it's the sequel to the Stanley Parable. It is an actual proper sequel to the game, but that's the joke, is that it looks just like an expansion. And so people were like, oh, I don't want an expansion of the Stanley Parable. I want everything. I want a sequel. It is the sequel. It is the sequel to the Stanley Parable. Everything is completely different. You have a bucket now. And obviously that's the joke, but like the amount of content in this is like it's I mean, obviously you can just play it, the original one, but you kind of have to play the original one and then wait 5 years and then play this one to just like to appreciate it properly. And I'm glad I did end up playing that one like fucking 5 years ago, because I literally got the Go Outside achievement 2021 last year. I didn't make a fuss about it because I mean I remember I made a video called the Stan Lee Bearable where I was like, see you guys in 2021, and I did not see your asses in 2021. Fuck you. I was like, I guess I have to make a video, and then I just didn't, because I was like, actually, I have nothing funny to say about this. I knew the date would come eventually, so go to hell, no video. But yeah, Stanley Parable Deluxe, really fucking fantastic game. That and the bit with the button, and the bit where you find all the Stanleys, it's cinema. It's a masterpiece. The bit where you go down the hole, And the hole keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper because it's not actually a bottomless pit, and you just keep falling into it again and again and again. You get this like surreal moment where like you get to change your perspective all the time. It's just crazy stuff. It's like stuff I couldn't like think of as a writer, as a writer who writes weird surrealist stuff. I couldn't think of half of this stuff. I don't know if that means I'm basic or some shit, but like they just like blow my mind with it. Number 18, Super Mario Sunshine. This game sucks. I do not like Mario Sunshine. It's the only mainline Mario game I don't like. It's unpolished, it's buggy, the one cool movement option is all it has to offer, that being the spin jump. Now granted, yeah, the spin jump is also really fucking good, and it's like never been better. Like this is the best it gets. And it's in Super Mario Sunshine. It's really sad. If we could get a spin jump from Mario Sunshine in like Odyssey, everyone would shut the fuck up. No one would dare fucking put Sunshine, but just because there's this cool fucking spin jump that gives you insane height and like crazy mobility, and it's like there's cool ways of fucking acting into it and shit you can do out of it, and there's a cool movement tech or whatever. People treat this game like it's like fucking God's balls, and it's not God's balls. It's not even God's ball hair. It's not even his dick. It's not even his ass hair. It's just like, sorry, her ass hair. My bad. God is a woman. It's not her. It's not her balls. It's not her cock. It's not, whatever. The fact is that this game is fucking stupidly overrated. Yeah, the main campaign is a little fine, but I like everything about Mario 64 that I love is just gone here. Oh, you want to like fucking do shit on your own time? Too bad, bitch. You have to beat every single mission. You have to. Don't have a choice. And yeah, you kind of have to do them in order too. Like, you can't just kind of go out of your way to get like a secret shine or some shit outside of like the 100 coin shine and shit. Where like, and you don't even need that shine either. That's the other thing is like all the optional shines, don't even go for them because 100%ing this game is a fucking nightmare and also not worth it at all. Like that's the thing is that's like all the freedom of Mario 64 is gone in Mario Sunshine because you don't really have a choice. You have to go, but I say freedom, I mean like the freedom to choose the missions, which I feel like makes up most of the freedom. Yes, you have a freedom of how to approach the missions themselves sometimes, but I think like the actual ability to approach the shine sprites in any way you want, and like just you need a certain amount of shines to then get to Corona Mountain so you can defeat Bowser. Wait, I can't say Corona. Fuck. Get to the mountain. I'm not even getting monetized. I don't give a shit. Fucking Corona, COVID-19. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. I can say Coronga. Whatever. I watched Corona Zombies. That just took my life away. But yeah, Super Mario Sunshine. In Mario 64, you could fucking choose any fucking path you wanted. If you didn't like a level, you didn't have to do it. In Mario Sunshine, if you don't like a level, you have to fucking bear with it. If you don't like that fucking watermelon level, fuck you. If you don't like the fucking level where you have to defeat the fucking King Boo and he's a piece of shit and everything's random and I hate him. I hate the King Boo boss fight. It's kind of janky. I mean, everything in Mario Sunshine is janky, which is probably another problem. Again, even if Mario Sunshine wasn't janky, it'd still be like fundamentally flawed, and so I wouldn't like it. But yeah, now that I've beaten it properly, because I didn't beat it as a kid, because I knew even as a kid I knew it was dog shit. But now that I've beat it properly, yeah, it's dog shit. But now I can actually say I beat it. But now onto a real game for the GameCube. Happy Feet, baby. That's right, Happy Feet. And I actually 100%ed Happy Feet. That's right. Happy Feet is like rhythm game / racing game / what was the third thing? Oh, it was like this weird like underwater bit. God, this game is weird. They actually had the voice cast from Happy Feet come back. Well, at least most of them. Elijah Wood's in it. Really weird. But yep, there he is. And Happy Feet for the GameCube. I know there's like other versions, and I'm sure they're better because the GameCube D-pad sucks dick, and you have to use the GameCube D-pad for the fucking Friday Night Funkin' Ass levels of this game. So yeah, that was fun. But I 100% of this game. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You get to watch the cutscenes again. That's your reward for 100% of the game. And one level was so unnecessarily fucking hard. It's not even the final level. It's like midway through the game has this like really fucking hard level where like trying to get a good time, trying to get the gold fucking time is almost impossible. I literally got it by a fucking fraction of a second. Literally, like I had 1 millisecond. I mean, that was the hypest I'd ever felt in my life. But you have to understand, that should not have been that hard. It wasn't the final level or anything. It wasn't like the super secret level or some shit. Nope. It was just like a random level, and it was really fucking hard, and there was like a glitch in it that kept fucking me up, and I couldn't seem to get past that shit. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, Happy Feet Gamecube 100%. Number 20, Psychonauts, baby. That's right, Psychonauts. The first Psychonauts game. This game is fucking awesome. As a platformer, it's a little basic, but as a narrative, God, this game is rich as fuck. I love everything about this goddamn game. It's so charming. It's so cute. It's so just like out there. It's so weird. It's so googa googa booga. It's Tim Schafer, baby. That's what he does. He makes weird games. And he's a great narrative storyteller, and so having a platformer where I want to say the platforming is de-emphasized a little bit, and it still being one of the best platformers ever is such an impressive feat. Like, you think about it, there's more combat than actual platforming, and the combat's pretty weak too. But the story is just so out there and interesting, and it goes so many different places and all at once. I'm like, whoa, it's fucking weird, dude. When you defeat the fish, and you go inside the fish's head, and it's a fucking kaiju level, and you just kind of have to deal with that. And you're like, yep, this is the kaiju level now. Oh well, this is the kaiju level. Guys, this is the kaiju level. And then they're like talking, they're gaslighting about how like this is like, oh, he's destroying everything. And then yeah, you kind of are. And also, God, the dialogue is so fucking. Sorry. Stop yawning, you piece of shit. The dialogue is fucking fantastic in this game, and every character plays like the voice cast is off the fucking charts. Perfect. You know me. I like me some fucking big booty bitches, yo. I like me some big booty bitches, yo. Then I played Ape Escape 2, and my life was changed forever. See, I got a PS2 from my girlfriend. She gave it to me. I bought it off of her ass and her mother's ass. And I was not a PlayStation kicker. I was a certified GameCube classic. I was a GameCube to Wii to Wii U to Switch pipeline, alright? And Ape Escape 2 is fucking awesome. I love Ape Escape 2 so goddamn much. Where has this been all my life? Why was there never going to be a Ape Escape fucking 4? There never will be. Ape Escape 2, it's so great. I love it. I love it so much. It's so unorthodox. It's so weird. You do all your actions with the fucking second control stick. What kind of platformer? What kind of platformer does that shit? It's out there, dude. I'm in love with it. I love the fact that it's just such a stupid game. It's so silly. It's so goofy. I love the boss fights. I love the main character. Fucking John, baby. That's right. His name is John, alright? I finally can make that joke properly because now I've actually played as John from Ape Escape 2. Way back in the second fucking... You if you know, you know. You're a real stock blocker head, you know, alright? Fucking, yeah. But Ape Escape 2, my beloved, is very good. But it doesn't even hold a candle to Peggle Extreme, which is the other game I played. I beat it. I mean, it was only like fucking an hour long. It was free. It was a Valve Peggle crossover. So it has like Portal TF2 Half-Life levels. This was like an orange box crossover, really. And I mean, like, dude, it was so weird. It was free. It was simple. It was very violent. I mean, like, I guess Valve is known for a lot of their violence. I think Portal is the only exception of, like, any Valve game, like, the only Valve game that doesn't have, like, a fuck ton of, like, gratuitous violence in it. But, like, I guess, I don't really see them as known for their violence. I see them as known for being gritty, but Peggle Extreme out here presumes that, actually, if Valve entered the world of Peggle, everything went to shit immediately. Shite, dare I say. Like, the fucking, you open it up and the main guy, I don't know his name, Reggie or some shit, his ass is getting eaten out, his head's getting eaten by a head crab, and he's evil now. And you play through the levels, and there's TF2 and they're just typical Peggle levels. But I beat Peggle in 2021, and so I beat Peggle Extreme because I didn't even know the game was like a thing, but it was fun, and then I beat it, and yeah. Peggle. But then Ape Escape 3, baby. That's right, Ape Escape 3. Ape Escape 3 is the realest shit ever. I like it more than Ape Escape 2, but just like by a smidge. I think both games are like there or there. I need to play Ape Escape 1 because apparently it's also really fucking good. I don't have it. I couldn't find it at like the fucking retro game store or whatever. So yeah, I'm just my ass is just stuck here with Ape Escape 2 and 3. But both those games are so fucking good. That don't even blame. Ape Escape 3, it has like it's objectively, well, I can't say objectively, but like the sum of its parts are better than Ape Escape 2. But Ape Escape 2 has some little things I like. I don't know. I think Ape Escape 3 has the funnier soundtrack. The soundtrack of Ape Escape 3 is so fucking weird. It's like fucking stupid yodel song that's like stuck in my head, and it's like not even a good song. It's like a pretty shit song. Again, yodeling, the only yodel song worth anyone's shit is the fucking Tekken yodel song, alright? And that song is fucking insane. But this one is so silly. It's so stupid. But I think it's funny. I like the fucking... I like the fucking weird, stupid Ape Escape 3 yodel song. And I like the boss fights. I like the second ending pit to it, and we got to talk about Metal Gear Solid, baby. Metal Gear Solid is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. I love it so very, very much. And you know, of course, it's the two big PlayStation franchises. Question mark. I say big like Ape Escape was ever that big, but I guess it was. I don't know, but it was like. It's not. They don't get any of the actors. There's like they don't get any of the people who play Solid Snake. They don't get David Hayter, and they don't get the guy who played the grandpa in fucking Ben 10 to fucking reprise their roles. But boy, do they get the monkey, all right? And you play as a monkey who knows everything about a snake, which is, you know, so Raiden. But like, and you get him to run everything. You get him to run around, and it's so silly. Again, I've only ever played Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, and so. Comparing it to that, I was like, dude, this is awesome. This is so much fun, and you get to like your little banana gun, you get your little trank, and you get to throw bananas to distract monkeys, and the final boss was really hard. The final boss the final boss of Metal Gear Solid is way fucking harder than the final boss of the actual game. Like, that literally had me trapped on that shit for like an hour. We had to fight against Liquid Monkey or whatever his fucking name is. I don't even remember. We had to fight against his ass, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Ape Escape 3, I love it. I love, I'm gonna say this, I love games that have like silly little menu tidbits. Where like you can look through like the Picklepedia in Pikmin, and you can look through the apes in Ape Escape, and all the apes have something, little flavor text telling you what their shit's all about, and like it doesn't matter, it's stupid, who cares, but goddamn, it's cute as hell. I love the Ape Escape, the charm of these games, man. Anyway, after Ape Escape 3, I played the Cuphead Delicious Last Course DLC, and it was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. I loved everything about that fucking thing. I think it's better than the regular Cuphead campaign. Every boss was on fucking point. They weren't too hard. They weren't too easy. They were just the right amount of annoying, but they were just the right amount of, I figured out the strategy, and now I can do it my way and deal with that shit. And I love Miss Chalice. She's different from Cuphead, and that fucked up my muscle memory because I am a certified Cuphead player. I've beat Cuphead on its hardest difficulty. I haven't S-ranked it. I'm not that good, but I mean, I've beat it probably 3 times by now. So, just getting more content for Cuphead, hell yeah. And I loved I did the thing where I beat all the parry guys, all the Knights challenges where you face up off against like all the pieces of chess with just your parry was such a cool idea. And I mean, I can only ever do it with Miss Chalice because it was built for her. Let's be real. But like, yeah, no, it was built for her. But like, it was It was nice. I liked it. I was good. I was good at it. And I got that one achievement that's like really hard to get because it's beating every single parry chess fight back to back without dying once, and I did it. I got the achievement for it, and I felt really good about that. Then I beat Half-Life again. I played Half-Life, way back when. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. But yeah, I beat it. I decided I'm just gonna fucking play it again. I don't know. I decided I did, and so I did. It's got its aging issues. It's definitely a game. I can't wait to play Black Mesa. I was gifted it for Christmas last year, and so I'm gonna play that, and I guess we'll figure out how much better it is. Because yeah, around the ending, that game starts to drag a little bit. Don't get me wrong, it's got some cool ideas, but the final few levels of Half-Life, also the fucking ground control level. No, it was like above ground tensions or some shit. It's a level that's like fucking 5 times as long as every other level in Half-Life. I was like, I forgot just how fucking long this goddamn level is. I was like, when will this fucking thing end? And they throw every goddamn thing at you, and just when you think it's over, it never ends, and then it finally fucking ends, and you're like, oh, thank Christ. And I mean, like, I appreciate the amount of insane shit that this game has. Like, the fact that it's all one continuous, stream. It's all, which they managed to keep farting like shit. Chill. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Half-Life be out here showing its age a little bit, but otherwise it's good. It's a good game still. The Oh my god, my dog, bro, my dog. I get back on my shit and then fucking my dog barking. But yeah, Half-Life. I don't like the fact that the guns. There's no gunplay. It's all about like figuring out. It's like puzzle solving. That's the gunplay. Is like, okay, I shoot the barrel and then it blows up. That's the gunplay, all right, in Half-Life, and then that carries over for the rest of the series. If Half-Life 3 ever comes out, that bitch better have like a fucking swap combo, all right. When I'm playing fucking and Valve is good at doing combo shit, like, because Pyro in Team Fortress 2, the game also made by Valve, is like known for comboing weapons into themselves, and they have and they just do that with 3 weapons. And that's what the degreaser's whole bit is. And so the fact that Half-Life has this weird, like, long weapon switch bit. And also, this is before, like, they introduced some really cool weapons, like the gravity gun. Where a lot of, like, the gimmick weapons in Half-Life are kind of, like... I mean, I'm sure they're useful, but I never used them. The little bug guy, the Zor or some shit, whatever his name is, you will drop him on the ground and all that. It leads the enemy shooting at him. I never fucking used that guy. It was a cool bit. It was a cool idea. I never used him. But yeah, no, otherwise, it's a fine game. I'm glad I got to play it again, so I have proper thoughts on it. And then, Psychonauts 2, baby. Now, this is a game I don't want to say mixed feelings about, but, like, on some hands, it's better than Psychonauts 1. And I'm impressed that even though it came out so fucking long after Psychonauts 1, it just acts like only a couple days have passed from fucking Psychonauts 1. Like, all the voice actors are still there. They all sound exactly like they did way back then. Fucking Jack Black is in it. That's right. Jack fucking Black shows up in this shit. And he gets a fucking song. He gets like a whole fucking number. He goes fucking hard for what little he has. And my god, it's beautiful. I love that bit. It was so cute. Jack Black's whole character, and then with the relationship he has with like the groundskeeper guy who's like a drunkard. The reason Psychonauts and Psychonauts 2 go so hard is because, like, they're these like weird kiddie games. They're like well, you look at me like that's a children's game, and then it's not. Then it has just like one of the most adult fucking themes you've ever seen in your goddamn life, and you're just like, oh, I guess I just kind of have to live with that, huh? That was kind of happened, huh? And then you just kind of have to deal with that. And so yeah, Psychonauts 2, great fucking game. The combat's better, the platforming is better. They unfortunately they removed, they I shouldn't say removed, they tweaked the most busted jump in Psychonauts 1, which was, despite the fact that it was busted, like, don't get me wrong, it was kind of balanced by the fact that it was really hard to control. Like, once you jumped with that thing, you had to kind of commit to it a little bit. Like, you went fucking flying. And yeah, sure, you could do the thought bubble thing. But in Psychonauts 2, you don't go much, you just run faster with it. And then, even then, the thought bubble fucking pops, like, as soon as you try to pull that shit out. So, like, you just can't deal with that. But the new abilities in Psychonauts 2 are really fucking cool. And the platforming is just better in general, so I don't really mind. I do think, the final boss in Psychonauts 1 was annoying. But the final boss in Psychonauts 2 is just really easy. They never really quite nailed the bosses in this one. Yeah, the Meat Circus in Psychonauts 1, I guess I didn't mention this, but the Meat Circus, it's that bad. Like, yeah, it's that annoying, alright? But in Psychonauts 2, I was like, oh, it's over. How about that, huh? Thought there would be more. But no, all in all, going into Ford Crullers' mind is like a highlight. That whole, like, bit where you dick around with the typewriter and you get to write swear words out. Fucking awesome. And he has like a little line for everything you say. It was so cute. And of course, that's the thing, is that, yeah, Psychonauts 1 has the Milkman, alright? Don't get me wrong. The Milkman Conspiracy, yeah, one of the best levels ever in fiction. But Psychonauts 2 has the fucking Jack Black level. And that's one of the best levels in reality, bro. That's the thing. Psychonauts 2 exists in fiction. Jack Black is real. I can go up and hug him, alright? Anyway. And after Psychonauts 2, I played Stray. One of the few games that actually came out this year that I played. And it was good. I liked it a lot. I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was adorable. I thought it was a fun little cat game. I thought it was a little longer than I don't want to say it was too long, because it didn't overstay its welcome, but it was definitely like, I was like, oh, it's still going, huh? There's still more game in this game. And it's weird because, like, I mean, it was kind of expensive, so I was like, okay, there better be some game. But I remember people were like, oh yeah, this is like a 3-hour experience, and my ass was taking like 8 hours to beat it, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? But also, I was just goofing around. I was being a cat. I was doing what cats do, which is dick around and be a bitch. I was like, jump on every platform I could find just to see what they could do, because the physics engine is really fun and cute and adorable. And I actually got the achievement where I just sat there for an hour. Like, I laid down and slept for an hour. I got that achievement. I went on and did something else with my damn self, and I got that motherfucking achievement. It felt great. But yeah, good game. I liked Stray a lot. Alternatively, I did not like The Witness. God, The Witness. I played it because, well, I saw The Looker, and I was like, what the fuck is The Looker? And I said, oh, it's a parody of The Witness. And Donkey played it, and Donkey made it look really funny. And I was like, okay, The Looker. I'll play The Witness first, because, I mean, it's this puzzle game. I'm really good at puzzle games. So I'll give it like a playthrough, and then, you know, after I beat The Witness, I'm sure The Looker will then be a good parody, because now I've experienced the original medium. Therefore, I'll appreciate the parody more, as every good parody does. But fucking hell, I did not care for the goddamn Witness. Maybe I'm just not built for this, but it's a shame, because the other game made by this guy, which was Braid, is one of my favorite fucking games. Braid is so good. Braid is such a good fucking game. And then the dude went and made The Witness? Like, bro, what? Braid is this, like, great puzzle platformer game where it never overstays its welcome. It's got a great twist ending or whatever. And then The Witness is this, like, pretentious game with a bad twist ending. That sucks. And you'd have to do all this crap just to get... Okay, I don't know if you played Braid. I guess this is a semi-review for Braid. But if you played Braid, you know, the secret ending, you have to get these, like, you have to get these, like, 7 stars that are hidden around. That's all you have to do. You just have to get these 7 stars. Yes, and one of them, yeah, you can't get it unless if you fuck up something, then you have to start the whole game over again. Yeah, that's a little annoying. But in The Witness, if you want that true ending, the amount of bullshit you have to sit through. Oh my god, how did anyone even figure any of this shit out? I just gave up. I didn't even get the secret ending, because I was like, this isn't worth it. This just wasn't worth it. Yeah, I'll sit and stray like an asshole and fucking waste a bunch of time. But in The Witness, I'm not wasting any fucking time. The Witness was just so many. It was puzzle after puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. It was just so fucking obnoxious. It just kept going and going and going, and I couldn't deal with it, man. It was the worst. And then I beat it. And I was like, I beat it. Okay, I beat it. And I beat it. It was like fucking 3 in the morning. I beat The Witness. I only used a guide like fucking like a couple times, and I was like really goddamn excited about that. I was like really happy. I was like, oh wow, I beat The Witness. And honestly, I could have saved time. I could have just used the guide more. I shouldn't have wasted so much time. But I mean, yes, figuring out some of the puzzles in The Witness was fun, but then I suffered through The Witness unnecessarily. And that just made the Looker all that much better. The Looker is my game of the year because of how much I suffered through the fucking Witness. And it came out this year, so I can call it my game of the year. The Looker is fucking hilarious. It is so goddamn funny. And it's because I played it right after The Witness. Where The Witness, I watched like the ending because I gave up trying to beat the fucking Witness, this true ending of The Witness. And I watched the ending where you wake up or whatever and like, oh well, it was actually a game and I was just playtesting it the whole time. That's the twist. And I was like, oh, that was it? Okay, whatever. And then The Looker parodies it brilliantly. It's brilliant. They do the same thing, but like just dumber. Like that's what it is. It's just the dumber Witness, but like in a good way. Like, and yeah, none of the puzzles in The Looker are challenging, and they're all like simple, and they're all making fun of the Witness because it's all line puzzles, but like it's portrayed as like a children's drawing, and just the game Snake, just the game Snake, and you have to beat the game Snake, or get as far as you possibly can in the game Snake. And like, well, I didn't know that. But yeah, The Witness, baby. Sucked. The Looker, baby. Goated. So the next four I'm just gonna cover really quick because so it's Half-Life 2, then Half-Life 2 Episode 1, then Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and then Half-Life 2 Lost Coast. And so Half-Life 2, it's a good game. I like it a lot. It's not my favorite. A lot of people will say, oh, Half-Life 2 is the best, and Episode 1 and 2 are good, but Half-Life 2 is a really good fucking game. It is also a bit padded. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, this is going on a bit long. Where are we going with this? But then I beat it, and I was like, that's right. It really was that good, huh? Because again, I'd already beaten it like a while back. And then Half-Life 2 Episode 1 is the weakest of the three. I'm not gonna lie. It is the weakest of the three. It doesn't have a lot. It's really short. It's just sort of like leading up to the big bombshell, which is Episode 2. Which is actually a fucking amazing. It's so fucking good. And Half-Life Episode 2 has some of the coolest shit in it. Like, some of the coolest set pieces. Some of the coolest moments in a shooter. And it's just in this, like, other bit, you know? It's no big deal. Just, here we go, just casually having one of the coolest mechanics ever, you know? It's no big deal, you know how it is. The final bit, like, comparing Half-Life 2, which is the boss fight, to Half-Life 2 Episode 1, which is just like, it just kind of ends. You go on a train and then it just kind of ends. Well, I guess you kind of fight off against this like one walker, the walker. And then Half-Life 2, Episode 2, you're running around with these like bombs. And the bombs are so fucking satisfying. You fucking gravity gun the bomb onto the thing, and you shoot with a fucking pistol and fucking blows them up, and it's the most satisfying explosion noise ever, and it fucking like melts and shit. It's fucking awesome. I love that shit so much. And all the while, you get these annoying hunter drones that are trying to fucking kill you, and you have just enough firepower to deal with all of this shit at once. And it's cool as fuck. I love it so goddamn much. Yeah, anyway, Half-Life 2, Episode 2 is the best one. But Half-Life 2 Lost Coast. Now, this was something I didn't actually play until I was like, oh, hey, I forgot. Yeah, it's just kind of sitting there next to Half-Life 2. I might as well. Well, that's all about. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's just one level of Half-Life that was just supposed to be in the original Half-Life, and then just wasn't. And it's really easy. There's not much to it, and I beat it in like 15 minutes, and then I was like, huh, that was kind of cool. And yeah, that was about it. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Oh, fuck. Dead Bits. Oh, kill me. That's right, I played Dead Bits. You ever played Dead Bits? Dead Bits. Oh my god, let me tell you. I thought Steam had good quality control. Boy, was I wrong. So Dead Bits was gifted to me by a friend. and he does this. He's a little shit like this. He's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking gift everyone this shit as a joke. Well, joke's on you, Jam John. I just gifted you malaria. So like, Dead Bits is this fucking game, all right, and it's, well, yeah, it should be, but it's has the most obnoxious dubstep soundtrack. Now, I have nothing against dubstep. In fact, I'm a bit of an appreciator of dubstep because dubstep didn't always used to be this like loud Skrillex shit. Like, Skrillex, I don't really have anything against him. I mean, I don't, like, whatever, but like his dubstep isn't really real dubstep, and I don't mean that in like a gatekeepy kind of way. I mean, it's just like when dubstep was first founded, it just wasn't this, and then it kind of changed a little bit, and then it became a dick measuring competition between DJs, which Skrillex then picked up on. Look, it's a big fascinating history. I'm not here for the lecture. I'm here to tell you that Deadbit soundtrack sucks dick because it's the shitty dubstep. It's the shitty dubstep that I don't like. And on top of the shitty dubstep soundtrack that's just blaring in your ears all the goddamn time, and you can't really adjust it either, you then have shitty enemies, repetitive level design, one level that's way too goddamn hard for any reason, and the next three levels which are way too goddamn easy that do not fit, and you think, oh, it's only 9 levels. Cool. And then each level gets longer and longer and longer as it goes on. The first level you can beat in like 30 seconds. The second level takes about a minute. By level 5, it takes you like 20 minutes to beat a level. And you're like, fuck, man, why is it like this? Why is it exponentially getting longer and longer as time goes on? What the hell is this crap? But yeah, dead bits. More like dead dicks. I'd rather commit to this bit than fucking play Dead Bits again. But I beat it. And you know what? Fucking Dispensary, Grayson's bitch ass, can't even say he beat it. No one else can say they actually beat this piece of shit game, but I did. I did because I'm a fucking trooper, and I stick to my fucking word, and I beat goddamn video games, alright? Number 35, Deep Rock Galactic. I didn't beat this game. You can't really beat the game. I mean, you might, but I played till I had fun, and then I'll get back into it eventually. I had a lot of fun with Deep Rock Galactic. It's fun. I actually love this weird fucking game, man. It's so out there. It's this, again, you play as a bunch of dwarves, and they're chill like that. Don't get me wrong, the dwarves are cool, but like when you're the scout, when you're playing the scout dwarf, you feel like $1,000,000. I mean, there's nothing like the scout dwarf, but the driller dwarf, I can kind of do without his ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just kind of, he's one of those tag two blokes that do fuck all type beat. Like, he doesn't have a lot of movement tech, he's kind of slow, his gun's a little annoying to deal with, he overheats really often. It's like, bro, just like, don't, like, bro, what? Like, come on, bro. I feel like everyone else kind of does his job. Like, maybe I just need to play the game more, but like, the scout and the gunner are the most fun to play, and the engineer, he's fun too. I like dicking on the engineer, but also just like the driller, I don't know. I wish every class was fun to play, because, you know, you're TF2. Speaking of TF2, Team Fortress 2 Classic, baby, and also I'll just lump Open Fortress in here. They're both there, but I played both of them because, yeah, they announced that they were available to play, and you can't really beat either of these games. Open Fortress is the inferior of the two, if you ask me. Open Fortress is just Quake. And I don't like Quake that much. Like, I do, but, like, deathmatch games, I'm like, if you're not winning, you just feel like shit. With something like TF2, at least there's, like, teams. Like, at least, like, okay, team, let's make a concentrated push, and then it feels like you actually did something. In Open Fortress, in Quake, if someone's like dedicated to fucking ruining your life is just ruined. You can't do much about that. And since you start off with just a single pistol that can't do much, and then all of a sudden, here comes this guy who's been hoarding all the fucking weapons, and then he just fucking ends your life with a billion different things, you're like, oh, that's fun, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, so Team Fortress 2 Classic, on the other hand, is fucking awesome. Team Fortress 2 Classic reminds me of when I played like TF2 the first time and was just dicking around on like a server with a bunch of people. Rain knows that, I don't even remember. It was so much fun. It still is so much fun. TF2 Classic is where it's at, alright? Team Fortress 2 Classic is just... It's a bunch of community-made weapons. You have to play on a server with community-made weapons, and then you understand. It is fucked, alright? Some of these weapons are completely unbalanced, but goddamn, they're so much fun. That's the thing. Team Fortress 2 Classic understands the TF2 philosophy of this weapon may be weird, but goddamn, it's fun. Like, that's all that matters. These weapons are fun, alright? You can fucking turn the soldier into a Super Saiyan, you can turn the engineer into like a beefcake, you know how it is. It's just so fucking weird. But yeah. Almost at the end, let's power through. I'm like losing my voice. So, I played the Klonoa collection because Lionel, my boyfriend, fucking loves Klonoa, and he kept telling me to play it, and so I said, fine, I'll play fucking Klonoa, because I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, it's just another platforming game, you know, and Lionel himself has admitted to me that he has low standards. And so I was like, okay, this is going to be a platforming game, blah, 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 blah. It can't beat Ape Escape 2, right? Right? It might be better than Ape Escape. I'm just gonna say it might be better than Ape Escape a little bit. Klonoa Door to Phantomile and Klonoa 2 Lunatea's Veil. I have not experienced life until I played these games. And now that I have played these games, I can definitively say I've lived. I've lived now. I can say it. I've lived. God, what games. Oh, they're so perfect. I mean, they're not perfect. They have a lot of flaws, actually. But when you're in the moment, you don't notice the flaws. When a game is so good that all you remember is the good stuff, that's how you know it's a good game, alright? When I'm sitting here thinking about how Klonoa has some of the coolest, like, enemy platforming movement, it just feels right. Like, it even gets that philosophy of, like, making the double jump shitty that I've always, like, kind of thought about, but I've never, like, where I always said, if you're going to have a character have, like, a safety jump net, have it be kind of momentum killing, like how in Yoshi's Island, the flutter jump kind of kills your momentum a little bit. Like, that's how it should be, where it's like, okay, you didn't make that jump, here's a course correction tool, but, like, when you're speedrunning, or just want to have some flow to your shit, some schmovement, you don't want to do it because you're like, oh, but it slows me down. It feels kind of icky. That's the point. It should be. And Klonoa gets this. Klonoa has the weird, and he's so funny and he's so cute and he goes, and I love him so much. And he experiences trauma and he commits war crimes and he just suffers. I'm not making this shit up. He just does both of those things. He experiences more trauma than any fucking scrimble I've ever seen in my life. He's out here suffering for no goddamn reason. And I'm like, bro, come on, be nice to him. What did he do? No, he has to live with the realization that the life he knew was a fucking lie after losing his grandfather in, like, a really, really fucking sad moment where his grandfather just fucking dies. You just have to, like, kind of, like, deal with that. Like, it's fucked up. And that's not even his grandfather. He was just dreaming it all up. So bro had to go through the stages of grief, only realized he didn't have to do that at all. It was all pointless. And it's not pointless as a criticism. It's like, that's the point. It is pointless. That he was just a tool being used by all these people to get what he wanted. And then he shows up and does the final level anyway. But whatever, it doesn't matter. That part's not important. What is important is that Klonoa and Klonoa 2 are both fucking fantastic platformers. They're almost puzzle platformers, but, like, the way that the enemies, like, interact with each other and play off each other is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I've never seen anything quite like it. And I love Klonoa. He's so cute. And yeah, I think I've said my piece on that one. Klonoa 1 design is better. Sorry, Klonoa 2, but Klonoa 1 design is better. It's got more going on. Then, number 40, Hotline Miami. So this was a game I've had for a little bit. I'm meaning to play it. I finally did. It was a great game. It was a great fucking game. I loved Hotline Miami, man. It's so like such a simple little game, and yet it's got so much shit in it. Every time I was like, okay, the game's over. It's not over. There's more content. There's more. You beat the game as Jacket. Cool. Game's over. Nope. Now you get to play as the biker dude. Finish the game as biker dude. Oh, we got like another secret level. Okay, beat that secret level. There's another secret level. Beat the secret level. There's another secret level. Beat the secret level. Okay, then we're done for real this time. No more secret level. But like, there's just the amount of little shit the amount of times they fake out the ending is really admirable, and I like that it's weird. I mean, and it's not weird. It's like it's quirky is not a great word for it because it's so stupidly hyper violent that you think there's no way that this could get any worse, and then it keeps getting worse. You're just like, people keep dying. You keep seeing some gruesome shit. There's vomit and fucking feces and blood, and you kill so many dogs, and there's an achievement for killing like fucking 500 dogs and shit. And I got that achievement because I cannot deal with these dogs to save my fucking life. I keep dying of them, which means I have to deal with them again, and then die to them, and then deal with them again, and then die to them. So you know how it is. I'd be fighting all these dogs and shit, and I'd be losing. All right, but all in all, very good game. Hotline Miami, very good game. I love the gunplay. I love the emphasis on melee weapons. I love the combo system because the combo system is purely just like, all right, here you go, here's your score, and that's it. That's all there is. Hylix 2. So this game, I beat the first Hylix last year, around the same time actually, and Hylix 2 was obviously way better. Hylix 2 is out there, man. So let me get the criticisms out of the way. First of all, the overworld controls, poo poo, doo doo, lulu. I appreciate the fact that you can slow your descent. That does not fix the fact that the game is isometric and it's a platformer in isometrics, in an isometric angle, and it is like infuriatingly hard to get a read on where the world is. You have a little shadow. I appreciate the shadow, but that is so little for what like actual platforming. And it's even worse because later on you go to an actual 2D platforming section and that part's great. That part is so fucking cool. And I actually really appreciate the fact that Hylix 2 isn't afraid to just be like, yeah, here you go, some gimmicks. Go ahead, go nuts. It reminds me of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, one of my favorite games of all time, where you have your primary gameplay and then randomly it'll be intercutted with like the Bowser levels, where it's 2D and you play as Bowser and you go on a little rampage as Bowser and you get like meat that makes you bigger, and you just keep getting more meat and you keep getting bigger, and it's like weird and out there. And you destroy the flagpole and shit, and then it's like you do that like 3 times and you never do it again. It's so out there. And Hylix 2 has these moments where it's just like, yeah, here's a little break from everything you're doing. Go nuts, have fun. Here's a whole part that plays like the early Maze screensaver. Have fun. Here's the whole part that plays like a 2D platformer. Go nuts. Here's a whole part that plays like you play as a band. You play in the band. You play a band, and you suck. There's no way to make this band sound fucking good. I can't figure it out. Maybe there is. There's probably a YouTube video of someone like playing like fucking like Fire in the Flames with the fucking Hylix sound font or some shit. It was like, okay, I can't figure this shit out. Okay, so final game I beat, and I say beat because I won, was Armello. Armello is a card-based strategy game where you and like 4 other people face off and try to kill the king, or replace the king, or just hold out as long as possible with as much like fucking royalty points or whatever the fuck, or honor and shit. And I kind of like it. It's too slow. I don't think I'll ever play it again, but it was fun for the 2 matches I played with it. And of course I won, so it's going to bias me a little bit. But it's so slow, man. It really feels like it takes so long to get done. I mean, maybe that's just because I'm an impatient bitch, but like, yeah, it feels like it adds up for a bit. But yeah, that was Oh, and of course, my therapist is a Futanari. I played that game. I'm not gonna say any more about that. I'm just gonna leave that as is, and you're just gonna kind of have to suffer with the fact that I did that. See you guys in